is going to be marked. It'll be enough for a first down on the 5-yard pickup. Centennial's the guy that takes the top off the defense.
Yeah, excellent catch and run, guys. Hit 21 miles an hour on the GPS this season. One of the fastest receivers in the SEC, and rightfully so. The
hit on his chances of making it to the college football playoff. With the win, it's pretty much a lock. With a loss, it falls to 41%. You agree with those numbers?
I think with a loss, it's probably a little high. But with a win, I mean, it becomes about whether or not they host, and that'll everybody.
Centennial, the intended receiver, incomplete. Texas with an upset last night at home against Texas A&M. How much?
What's up, Kid Rock? What's up, Heather?
Texas has a resume with wins over the number 3 Texas A&M.
Kid Rock.
And also this Oklahoma team who sits there at number 8.
Trying to figure out some things on this app. Trying to figure out how to play background music.
Texas is not getting enough credit.
Don't know how to do it.
Deciding to go and play Ohio State.
So, lost. What are you up to today, Heather Star? I am so sorry whatever happened there.
Push him out of bounds. They're going to spot it at the 49-yard line. Picked up 10 on the play.
That's a pretty half-hearted effort on the tackle by Harold Perkins. You guys are trying to punch the ball out more than tackle the quarterback. And the John Mateer is well in bounds. And he had a chance to drive Mateer out. Oh, he's 3 yards.
Oh, man. Come on. That was me and my dad's favorite singer. Is your dad not with us anymore?
Going to hand it off and nowhere to go. They're going to be stopped. Robinson stopped up behind the line of scrimmage. And the defense for the Tigers comes up huge.
I got to get my computer going.
Bernard Gooden was the first one to make contact.
Heather? Is your dad still with us? I hope he is, but the way you worded it, it sounds like he might not be. I'll be right back.
It stops him short. What a play by this LSU defense on the scramble by Mateer. That could have been stopped a little bit shorter, as I said. But the big 4th down play sets up this LSU offense in good field position.
Tiger passing game has been shaky. See the numbers, just 5 yards.
Enjoy your radiation charge smart meter showers. My dad and my grandparents passed away, and it's hard for me this Christmas for me. How old are you, Heather?
Waiting for the call here. The officials conferring right around midfield.
I pinned your comment, Heather. Sounds like you need to be cheered up a little bit. I'll try to do that today. Hopefully my viewers can do it too, if they ever get in here. It's a Saturday, so I don't expect a ton of people in here. You never know, though. You know, it's an open chat, so anybody can come in here. Heather, I'm really sorry for you. I don't know how old you are. I have some experience with that. Your music, Kid Rock, helped me through my hard times. Well, you know. I try, Heather. What can I say? Hang on. I'll be right back.
Another conversation here. Full start. Offense. And that's on the season for LSU. 7-4 coming in, but by their lofty standards, a model of underachievement.
All right, I'm back. Trying to get my computer up. I was trying to kind of watching the game a little bit, or a game. I don't know what the hell it is. Who am I watching? LSU Oklahoma. I don't really care anything about it. The song that I like by you is Picture with Sheryl Crow, Sharel. I've never met that Sheryl Crow. It's a different spelling.
Get Bauer Sharp thinking like he's going to block, and then takes off. And Xavier Thomas, you don't get style points on completing passes down the field. A nice call by Alex Atkins.
We can continue this fantasy. The song that I like by you is Picture. I used to be a karaoke DJ, and whenever somebody would come up and want to play that song, I would want to strangle them. Get away. So, sorry, I'm trying to do things while I'm doing this. So, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Happy birthday. Shout out to Gabe Owner. Gabe Owner. Gabe Owner. Gabe Owner. Gabe Owner. Get away. Sorry, I threw my beagle. I'm getting troll messages held for review. Okay, let's see. You get my shot in that beard is over for you. You get my shot in that beard is over for you. I have no idea what that means. If you're gonna troll me, at least help me understand what the hell you're saying. Because glue it right up. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro.
LSU poised and intent on playing the role of spoiler this afternoon.
Okay, my computer actually pulled up. I haven't opened it in fucking forever. What happened? It said locking. Can you please play the song Picture, please? The fucking computer needs to charge. Let me see. Let me see if I can play the song Picture. See if we can play Picture. Let me see. I can't even remember how the fuck it starts. Here's my keyboard. We're gonna try to play Picture. What would the government do about Oliver Closeoff? What would the government do? What do you think the government will do? What's up, Relaxing Music? The government would do about Oliver Closeoff? I don't know. Maybe take a picture. Yeah, Relaxing Music. We got some live ones in here today. I hadn't been on very long, but yeah, let them come on through. Check it out, Relaxing Music. So you want me to play Picture? Let me see. Ooh, that volume's really hot. Let me turn that down a little bit.
Miss 100% of the deals you don't shop. Let that sink in. You do not want to miss those Saturdays. Sunday through Monday, get a up to 50% off.
What key's picture in? This person in here who's trolling me, who says that I helped her get through her bad times, that I'm Kid Rock, and she wants to hear picture, or he said she lost her dad. I'm just trying to get into my computer, because if I get into my computer, then I can let you guys, especially you relaxing music, make fun of some of my music. I found some of my music earlier today,
Thompson Machinery has been part of the
and it was difficult. Picture, never heard of that song.
We support the ones who run them.
I'm glad that you've had the
We've grown alongside your crew.
good fortune to never hear the song Picture.
We're proud to stand with you. Yesterday, today,
But
tomorrow.
what I'm doing is I'm reaching up here. You can't see it, but I'm reaching up here on my computer and trying to, eventually one day I'll have it set up where I can,
Coach, you said you wanted to finish the right way. What have you seen thus far? I see us making miscues.
where I can simply go in here and actually watch videos with you guys and have some real reactions. That would be nice if I could do that and get that set up.
You emphasize communication to keep this ship together. What do you mean by that? Us being on the same page, one voice, solidarity.
Trying to see if I'm signed in.
Together as a team to play like LSU Fighting Tigers.
Yeah, guys, if you ever want to, you want me to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm doing? Hold on.
Started the second quarter from the 11-yard line. LSU football.
Still got 3 people in here. Y'all are bored. All right, trying to get some internet access here. I haven't fired my laptop up in months, and you know how that goes. First time you fire it up, and this one's an old one anyway, so it's slow as shit. But what I found was, Picture was a good song, reminded me of X's and Jobs. Connection is not private. What I found is, I found an old website that I used to go to called songfight.org. If you're an aspiring songwriter, I would suggest that you check that website out. Is it a bad song, like a ballad or something, instrumental? Let me try to... You've never heard Picture? You've never heard Picture? Seriously? I took your picture away. Sat down and cried today. Saw you last night at the hotel. Got one person. Thank you for hanging on while I try to find my music. God, I hate this, man. I've got so many tabs pulled up, and they're taking forever to pull down. They've probably been up for like months. I hate that shit. Go away. Okay. Search. I know it's riveting stuff, guys. Songfight.org. Get away. All right. It's me. Is it like Lady from Eukanuba? Lady from Eukanuba. Get away. My beagle, I'm fixing to beat a beagle today. She's being a real pain in my ass. Go away. No, she's sweet. Okay, so what songfight.org is, I'm going to flip the camera around just for a minute, just to show you guys. If it'll let me.
3 of 27 on the season, knotting the game at 3 apiece.
All right, won't let me turn the camera around. All right, Okay, so I'm gonna put this song on in the background that I created in 2004. I gotta find it first. Songfight.org is a website where aspiring songwriters can go, and what they do is each week they put up 2 song titles, just a title. Okay, and it can be like, I'm gonna play one called Zero to Phantom, which I wrote in 2004 in one of these song fights. I did it, I don't know, I probably wrote it in a day or whatever, but no particular style. What I like about songfight.org is you can make the song around the title. You have to get the title and try to figure out what would be a good sound for it. And then people vote on it, and you get better as a songwriter. I put 3 songs out on songfight.org, all within a period of 3 weeks. I did not win. I came close in one of them. And I'm going to show you the ones I came close in. Or I'm going to let you listen to the one I came close in. If I can find it. Still got 3 people. Cool. Get away. Let's see. It's amazing that it's even still in here. They take everything. This is from 2004, and it's still archived in here. So, pretty cool. I'm under Creep, if you ever want to look it up. And we will play this song. I'm turn the TV down so you guys can hear it, and you can tell me how terrible it is. Okay? 2 people. Burger King sounds good, but I have so many leftovers from Thanksgiving. I had, what did I have earlier today? I had Firehouse. I had to get the buy one, get one free. They have a coupon for buy one, get one free. Okay, here we go, guys. Boy, I need some external speakers. Jesus. It's really bad. I need some external speakers.
People say I got nothing to lose. I'm a zero bid. I got nothing to prove. I might not be that much of a man, but I'm a bad motherfucker when I play with my band. A phantom of funk and I'm all in your face. Then I slap you in the dome with the funky ass bass. Don't try to fuck with this phantom, babe, cause I'm coming at you hard when I hit the stage. Do it to a
I know y'all can't really hear it, but
I don't know. I think I'll never know why I feel invisible.
you gotta hear this part. It's kind of funny.
I'll be okay, 'cause I came here to rock it today. Boom goes a beat and I'm shaking the stage. The phantom on the mic and you're feeling my rage. A little pissed off and a lot disturbed. I ain't leaving the night until my voice is heard. I'm tired of this and I'm tired of you, and all the little things you never notice I do. I'm a nobody when the day shines bright, but guess what, baby, I'm your daddy tonight. Do it to a
Yeah, it's an unusual song for me. It's an unusual song for me. I like the end here. Listen to this. There you go. Okay. I wrote that one in 2004. It was a very unique song for me because I typically did country songs. You know, I did a lot of country songs, and I just decided the title was Zero to Phantom, which is a strange title. So I was like, well, I mean, let me just write kind of a industrial kind of techno kind of song. So tried it, and you know, I'm kind of proud of that one, even though it's not, you know, has a lot of work to do. It was written with loops and, you know, a lot of overdubbing and stuff like that. But that was one that afterwards I was pretty proud of. I have another two on here that are totally different. So thank you for that. That's Almost Manson. Good song. I don't think it's necessarily a good song. I just think that looking back on it sometimes when I look back on my music, I'm entertained by my lyrics. They were really funny. That song, Zero to Phantom, I think I wrote it right after a breakup. And I'm, I don't know, was that Chizzy Salem Metal Mascara? Develop it more. Well, I mean, it's coming through computer speakers. It actually has a pretty full sound. It's just I never wrote it. I just wrote it for a song fight, you know, song fight. But to be able to find it many decades later, years later, and listen to it. What's up, Spoke Maracum? Whatever, Spottum and Rockham, or whatever your name is. Sorry if I get it wrong, you guys. So, oh shit, my hand just messed stuff up, didn't it? Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. This one is this one's very boring. It just has the same fucking Spot 'em Rock'em. What's up? No. I wish I had a jack that I could put in, or some way to make let y'all hear it a little better. Drinking your pain away. Feeling dark all day. It's got the same loop in the back because I didn't play it. It's just a loop. Although I changed it up a little bit. I was just trying to be a little creative, that's all. This is about a breakup too. Oh, such a sad song. The cure for you is time. All night under the neon light, dark all day. Here comes the break. You got to hear this. It's funny. Drinking your pain away, feeling high all night. Right here. Check it out. Pathetic or what? Knocked down, I keep getting back up.
As long as there's hope for a love
So monotone.
it's dark all day, and I'm happy.
I'm staying up all night under the glow of the neon light. That one's called Dark All Day. That was the title, Dark All Day. That was the first song I did on there. I've been doing okay, Jonathan Carpenter. What's up, man? So yeah, that one was, you know, it's a little boring, but. And the last one I have is called Red Skates. Red Skates. Okay, can we please play Picture by Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow? I can't play that. I get a copyright strike. That's why I'm so excited to be able to play some music today, because there's no chance any of this gets copyright strike because it's mine. Even as terrible as it is, staying up all night. Yeah, I was a moody little shit, wasn't I? A lot of women, I guess, had fucked me up. So I was writing a lot of. Sorry if my messages were offending. Your messages aren't offending. What is going on with my keyboard over here? You don't have any offending messages, bro. And if you'll indulge me, the last one, it's not terrible. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. But this last one is really terrible. Really terrible. Oh, you're fine. You're fine, bro. This last one's really terrible. Now remember, it's called songfight.org, okay? So all you go on there and they give you a title and you have to figure out what kind of genre you want to play, the type of music. You have a week, 5 days to make it, and it gets voted on. This one was called Red Skates. I saw red skates and I had no idea. I'm like, I don't know how to do anything about red skates, so I just did a goofy song. I actually kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I listen to it from time to time. This one, and can you dedicate it to my dad so he will return his grave right now? I like you, man. This one's called Red Skates. Please don't flame me too much. It's extremely weird.
I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. Mama bought a brand new pair of red skates for me.
That keyboard.
Might not be built for looks, but it's built for speed. A genuine landing with the zinger wheels.
Zinger wheels.
Plastic plates, $200 on sale. Wow, what a steal. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. I got a brand new pair of roller skates.
So ridiculous.
All skate, all skate. All skate slowly, please. Gonna skate to school today, learn that golden rule. Gonna skate to the mall tonight, backwards.
Looking cool.
And then I'll skate on the interstate, hitch a ride on the back of a car. Then I'm gonna skate to Hollywood, skate couples with the stars. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, gonna skate all over the place. All skate, all skate.
All right, there you go. It's so fucking ridiculous. Oh. All right, thank you for indulging me in those. It warms my soul to go back and listen to those old tracks that I did many years ago. As these weren't serious tracks, okay? Again, these were just songfight.org tracks. I grew up with a skateboard and steel wheels. Remember those? I didn't have steel wheels, but I had steel plates. I couldn't afford plastic plates. Everybody was getting it was a happy song. And that's all I wanted with that one. I wanted to I've always been big into skating, and nostalgia kicked in, and I started writing lyrics about plastic plates, zinger wheels, stuff like that. What I remember at the skating rink, and just wanted to make a little fun song. So it was my ode to the '80s and skating. So thank you for that. Appreciate that, '70s chick. That's pretty awesome. I have songs that are a lot better. Okay, and if you hear them like not just through a phone and a computer speaker, I don't think they're bad. Have a good day, bro. You have a good day, Jonathan. Stay safe out there, man. Um, so yeah, I've told y'all 100 times on this channel, I'm gonna try to get back into music. I have the equipment to do it. I have one, two, three, four keyboards. I have a full-size MIDI keyboard. I have all the speakers that I need. I have all the loops that I need. So we can make some music. You know, we can make some music. I could create a song right now. This keyboard that I have right here that looks like a joke keyboard. Skating rink was fun. Couple skate in the dark. Was sad if no one picked you to skate. That's nice. You have a good day. You have a good day too. Please play Picture by Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow. Please get my dad will be turning in his grave right now. Heather Starr. All right. So this little keyboard right here, what it can do, if I can show it to you, what it can do, never give up. Yeah. What this keyboard right here can do is it can record. So it can record very short clips. So if I wanted to record like a hook or something, like a, like a bass line, I need to get the octaves down on it. Okay. Tempo. How do I lower the octaves? Not really low enough for a bass line. My dog, I'm gonna kick his ass. What do you want, dude? What are you doing? Come here. You don't need to go out there. Do you want her to come in? Is that what is that why you're barking and yapping? Hang on, let me let my other dog in. Oh my God, you loud mouth. Jesus. Stop. Stop it. Oh. Okay. You going out? Okay, go out. Go out, go out. Have fun, enjoy your day. It's too damn cold out there. I was going to get out and audit today, and I was going out the door, and it started raining. It's not raining now, but it's cold as shit out there. Look at the gay man. Never give up. Look, everyone, it's a homosexual. All right. Gay, bearded homosexual. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope you watched Stranger Things last night and you're watching whatever you want to watch today, or spending time with your loved ones. Yeah, so I can record a bass line. It's not low enough. Come on, man. Where's the tempo? Where's the octaves? Let me see. Volume. Record. Tempo. Conversion key. All right. Look, everyone, it's a thing. I want to ride my steel wheel skateboard. It was short as fuck. Better hope you didn't hit a rock. Yeah, I know. I remember them. I may have had one when I was real young. But when I went to the skating rink, it was a, you went every Friday and Saturday night. You knew everybody. you know, and then people started getting the plastic plates on the bottom, and they were more expensive, but they made your skates lighter. So we had serious skaters at my rink. It wasn't like new people every week. It was the same group of people. There were some new people, but mostly it was the same group of people. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. You had to have the best skates. You had to have the best Zinger wheels. You had to have all that. Or you just had to be able to skate really fast. You know what I mean? Can't figure out how to change the octave on this, or I'd write y'all a real quick troll song. We could write a song for staying off the grid. Let me see if I can write a song for him real quick. If I can get this damn octave down, though. Let me see. Let's write a song for staying off the grid. How do I record? Record, okay. Okay. That's the start. How do I play it? Oh, God. Stop. Oh my God, what the hell? No! No! I don't want any of that. Alright. What the fuck? Alright, you motherfucker. Okay, I can't deal with it. Alright. Sent 100. Did you sub 70s chick? Thank you. I don't know how to do any of this shit, man. This has just pissed me off now. See what the guitar sounds like. Like shit. Guitar sounds like shit. It all sounds like shit. I subbed last night when you were driving. I'm trying to remember. Oh, and I went to KFC last night. And I came home and I took 2 gummies and watched Stranger Things. Which, by the way, I'll go ahead and add. You see my Hawkins Tigers hat. Got this for the celebration of Stranger Things. If you're not a Stranger Things fan, don't stick around too long, or don't worry about it. We're not going to talk about it too much. I wrecked my bicycle on Thanksgiving. My left eye is swollen. I'm pretty sure I broke the second toe on my right foot. Relaxing music. What the hell are you doing, dude? Out riding a bike on Turkey Day? Left eye's swollen, and I'm pretty sure I broke the second toe on my right foot. You need to go get it checked out, brother. I know the hospitals are probably not the place you want to be right now, but yeah, it's a TV show. Where are you from, 70s chick? It's interesting. I'm 53 and think I'm 25. Yeah, same with me, man. Same with me. Sometimes our body's got to let us know, you know, that I remember when I ran in high school and cross country. High school, I ran cross country and track, and in college. And I quit running for many, many, many years. And then when I was about 38 or 39, I decided in my dumbass head that I was going to start running again and maybe do a marathon. Told my wife. My wife looked at me like, okay, whatever. But she supported me. And I went out and I ran and I tried to get in shape, and that lasted, I don't know, it lasted a week or so. You know, I got out there and I realized that my body wasn't going to be able to do what it used to do. And I'm a competitive person, so I didn't like the results. And plus my knees started fucking hurting really badly. And I realized, oh shit, I'll never run a marathon. But I mean, I could probably still run one if I really wanted to. I'm not like super out of shape or anything, but I just don't know that my joints would be able to handle it. California, stuck in Idaho. You're from California, you're stuck in Idaho. What the hell's going on in Idaho? What do y'all got to do there to keep you entertained? Potatoes. Good potatoes. Happy birthday, everyone. Is it your birthday, real term? Family. Okay. My keyboard just randomly plays things. And I've got real musical equipment too. I've got a Roland XP60 in the room. Got a lot of recording equipment ready to go. But 70s chick, what's your age range? You mind me asking? Is that too personal a question? As I look at my dogs outside my door, whining like little. You just want it out, dude. You just want it out. And now you're gonna stare at me through the door and whine. What's the matter with dogs? What's the matter with you guys? Why do y'all gotta be like that? I'm not 70. Well, no, I didn't say you were 70. I think that you could be, you could be our age. You could be in 40s and 50s and still be that 70s chick. You can even be younger and be that 70s chick. Because that 70s chick just implies that you know good music from the 70s. Or maybe you smoke a lot of weed. One of the two. I'm not sure. I don't judge. Let me let this dude in. I ran when I was 42 and was running 5 to 10 Ks 2 to 3 times a week. Then ran to the Tulsa 5K with a friend from college. That's pretty cool, man, that you're able to get out and do. Let me let this nutsack in real quick. Hang on, boy. I'm coming. Hang on. Step over these boxes. Come on. Coming in or going out? Okay, stay outside then. Jeez. Sorry guys if you're still there. I had to let my dogs in and I had to do a double check in the backyard because one of my dogs has discovered recently how to dig his way under our fence. So not a good thing. I'm 40, my girlfriend's 24. That weird? I don't know, man. My wife's 10 years younger than me, so I can't really say too much on that. But, you be you as long as you're not taking advantage of a younger girl. Because that's what they're going to try to say you're doing. A lot of times. I don't know. I'm pretty open on that thing. On love. If two people are in love, clearly I don't want one of them to be underage. I'm not into that. But 10-year difference, 15-year difference. I've seen it. I've seen it all. Sometimes an older soul will meet an older soul and a younger person will meet an older person, and it actually works. Let me see. Yeah, and props to you, Relaxing Music, for running that 5K at that age. I know that. I know that wasn't easy. because I've attempted to do it. Yeah, I smoked a lot of weed, did a lot of acid, and listened to a lot of rock and roll. Good times, life well spent. Older than Joe Dirt. Get over here. My dogs, man, they're sitting out in the backyard and I can see them through the door. And they figured out how, one of them's figured out how to dig under the fence. So I have to keep a constant eye on her. I got to get some chicken wire for the fence. But I didn't want to go to the store today and deal with those crowds. I got out a little bit earlier and it's very peoply outside. Very peoply. Okay. I'll throw a song out for you guys and let's rate it 1 to 10. Got 3 people in here. What a Stranger Thing about? Is it worth watching? I'm just trying to figure out. Do you have Netflix, 70s chick? And I'm really trying to figure out how you have gone so long without knowing what Stranger Things is. I dated my coke dealer. She was 19 years older than I was. I was 34 at the time. Dated, you know. Dated. Get a little discount. I don't know. I met her right after I was released from prison 8 years ago. Hi guys. My name is Jake. Everybody say hello to Jake if anybody's in here. There's like 3 of us, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. There's always like 6 or 7 of us hanging out. But right now it's Saturday. I get it. Well, Jake, the discount was free. Jake, glad you're out of prison, man. Don't know what you were there for. Don't really care. I assume that you've straightened yourself up and are back in society. So good on you. I would like to interview some people one day that served a little time in prison, just because I know that, you know, here in Memphis, we're having big time issues with our jail downtown and their conditions that they have. And nobody really talks for those guys, you know. Yes, we have Netflix, but the only thing we ever watch on it is Chosen by Dad. Okay. I'm assuming that you're old enough to be in here. 70s chick. When people start. Let's see. I served 5 years for growing the devil's lettuce. True story, man, but I'm reformed now. Well, look, dude. If you got 5 years for weed, then I'm really sorry for you, brother. I'm really sorry they did that to you. Okay, the 70s, I'll get to you, man. Jake, that sucks, dude. It sucks that you live in a country that would put you in prison for 5 years for even growing weed. I think that's really pathetic. And our country needs to do a better job and focus on real criminals. Now, let me continue. It's not about ghosts, that 70s chick. She wants to know what Stranger Things is about. It's about it's a scary series, but it's kind of hard to explain what it's about. There's another dimension called the other side, or the upside down, not the other side, and people are getting caught in the upside down. It's just like our dimension, but different. It's evil, and they have some evil things in there, and it's just a really cool series. If you're into that kind of thing. Texas, I don't see no horns. Howdy from Texas. Roots, what's up, man? You live in Memphis. I live in Little Rock. We should have a beer someday. Absolutely, relaxing music. Relaxing music is funny, man, because we almost me and the missus almost came over to Little Rock for a weekend trip a couple of times here over the last couple of months. We have situations here where me and my significant other help take care of my mother. She's older. So, and we have a lot of dogs, so it's hard for us to get away for more than a day anywhere. It just really is. We have to do a lot of planning to get it done. But we were going to come over to Little Rock, and we were going to go to the Crescent Hotel. We were going to go to that. We just didn't make it this time, but I'll definitely be in your area. Oh yeah, I'm old enough for everything. Uh-oh, that 70s chick. It gets worse, man. Not only did I do 5 years for weed, but my high school sweetheart, mother of my daughter, passed away right before I got out. Damn, dude. That's fucking tough, dude. Oh, man. I wish I could help you out with that one. All I can tell you about losing a loved one like that, especially the mother of your child, is that I don't know if you're a spiritual person. I don't know if you're a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. I'm agnostic. But I would tell you just look for signs from her, you know. Because I don't think that if someone has to leave us really quickly, then they're wanted somewhere else. I've always thought that. Or needed somewhere else. Not to say that she's not needed here, but just look for the signs, bro. I think she's going to give you some. And I'm sure she wants you to carry on with your life and do the best you can do. So I wish you luck with that, man. No, I don't have any hard feelings, man. Man, laws are written to be followed by benefited from the laws. Just had to learn the hard way to follow them. I hear you, brother. Accepting accountability. ATX. Oh, that sounds kind of interesting. I don't know what you're talking about. Bug. I hope I don't have a bug. Right on, man. Hearken to the Ark. Lady from Yukonuba is actually girl from Ipanema. I knew I'd heard it. Just didn't know. I knew it was probably a song, and I'm sure I've heard the song, but it's just not popping in my head right now, guys. Yeah, yeah. I got out today, man. I drove around a little bit, and I actually went up to the bins for a little bit, and walked in there where I do reselling, and it was so crowded that I was just like, can I come out of my house on January 3rd? That's sad about the busted for weed. My sister left me fast, but she had a son who was waiting for her on the other side. So I'm okay with it. Yeah. You know, we talk about some deeper stuff like that every now and then in here. It always winds up getting to that. But I don't know. I'm a spiritual dude. Liver cheese. I've always been a spiritual guy, and even though I'm not organized in organized religion, I think that we do absolutely carry on after we leave here. What that looks like, who knows? Shit, they've been trying to figure that out since the dawn of existence. No one knows. Weed ain't even that bad. It's like ginger beer compared to what alcohol or H does, without a doubt. Heroin fucking kill people's lives, man. Alcohol too. I don't know. I'm thinking about popping another gummy here, but I don't know. I might not. I don't have much to do today. But sitting here hanging out with you guys, spiritual is better than dead inside. Hello, don't do it. And breed. She's out back acting like a fool. Hope everybody had everybody not stressing themselves out about Christmas coming up. You know, hopefully you guys sorry, I keep looking outside for my dogs. Any other news today, guys? Cannabis is good medicine, in my humble opinion. I agree 100%. I had a guy not long ago come in here and he swore up and down that weed's not good for pain management. I told him, you're insane. I've seen it 100 times. The gummy, absolutely. I've seen it 100 times. Pain relieve or weed relieve people's pain. So, you know, I mean, that's just an old argument that we need to get past. Weed is, you know, it's put here. Didn't it say in the Bible that God gave us all plants and herbs to use? Didn't it say that? Seed bearing plants and herbs? Something like that. So I'm okay with weed. I didn't smoke weed till I was fucking 50 years old or 40 something late. And yeah, I figured out what it does to me. And I figured out how to use it, and I figured out how to not abuse it. And yeah, it's been good. Gummies, not weed. THC gummies. Because I'm always legal here at Gen Express. Okay. Anything in the news today we need to talk about? It is to be used as medicine. I think with today's environment, man, anything that we can use to help us cope and deal with what goes on in the world today is a good thing. It's a good thing. Let's see. Guys, play Rate the Song. I'm going to throw out a song. And you guys rate it between 1 and 10. Right? Simple thing. Let's play that. Let's start out with Billie Jean. Give me a rating on 1 to 10 for Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Hello. Hey there, buddy. Doctor Who, What, Where? What's up, man? Good to see you again. We're here talking about a bunch of nothing today. What you know, what you say. I ain't got too much to say today. We're just kind of hanging out a little bit. I hadn't had a ton of trolls. You know, I kind of miss those trolls, man. That day when I was sitting in the movie theater parking lot and I was just going off on the trolls when they were left and right. I kind of like that. It was kind of fun. Well, God spoke and said no marijuana. Could be because it blocks spiritual connection. Love Billie Jean. You give Billie Jean a 10. Thank you for answering the question. I would agree with that. I think Billie Jean is a quintessential 80s song. Yes, I voted for Medicinal. Good. It's very interesting because it seems like I draw some religious people to my live feeds, live streams, and it's interesting. I like it because I want to talk to you guys. The whole Thriller album is classic. Yes, that one front to back. You know, speaking of that, it's a good point. that you brought up there. The whole album's classic. Yeah, I am one. I am Reed. You're a religious person, uh, so don't think I'm a heathen for my views. And I know you don't. I know you don't. Uh, when did God say that? Maybe God is trying to talk to you, my friend. God bless. Um, I talk to him. I talk to him all the time. The only difference between my God and your God is that my God doesn't require me to go sit in between four walls every week. He's okay with me. Um, he's all right with me, whoever he is. Spiritual gifted religion, religious is Pope hats. How often do you trim your nose hair? Smart ass. Coming here talking about my nose hairs, dude. Focus on something else. Focus on this. I'm focusing on my nose hairs. I don't know. You want me to push them back up? I don't even know, dude. When you get to be a certain age, man, you get fucking hair growing everywhere that you're not used to. I got a fucking piece of hair over here on my damn earlobe, dude. That's long, and I pull it out, and the damn thing comes back. I don't know what the hell's going on. Um, what's your gender and pronouns? I'm just playing. You cool, dude. I know you're just playing, man. Me too, man. Me too. I can take it, man. I can take the punches. Even if you weren't being serious about it. I'm okay. I'm a grown boy. Part of life. Okay. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Didn't mean to do that. I bet you got a good shot right there, dude. God is an energy, just like our souls are energies. God speaks through Barry Strom. I all of a sudden have a hair that's popped up halfway into my shaft. I hadn't checked that closely. I could have something like that. I don't think so, though. Jesus is the only way in the kingdom of heaven. It's so funny, man, because we're talking, you got some people talking about Jesus in heaven and other people talking about stray hair on their shaft. Kudos for you being a good sport. No, everyone goes to heaven. Do you think everyone goes to heaven, Emery? I mean, I just don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a cosmic thing. Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know, man. Yes, there are levels. What show was I watching the other day? I was watching some show, and they were talking about spiritual stuff. And some dude stepped out in the water to help something. What was he helping? He's helping something in the water. I don't know. And they asked him, "Are you okay?" And he said that he's fine now because he felt at one with everything. Everything felt at one. That's kind of what I think death is kind of like. I think we're all part of an energy. I don't know. And I hadn't even had a gun either. Read the book of Revelations. It'll help you. I think all dogs go to heaven. The Bible says that no one will be risen to heaven until after Jesus comes back and establishes the kingdom on earth. Revelation, resurrection. All dogs go to heaven. Yeah, it was one of my losing faith moments when I was little and I went into Sunday school and someone asked if their dog's going to be in heaven. And Sunday school teacher, told us all, no, your dog's not going to be in heaven. Your dog doesn't have a soul. Funky Monkey, what's up, man? I promise you, if you listen to Barry's shows on Barry Strom, like Hello Heaven, you will learn from the spirits. Hi, how are you? I'm good, Funky Monkey. I hope you're doing okay today. Looks like we did get a new sub. I'm very excited about that. I always want to get new subs. Oh, shit. The Tennessee game's on. I'm turning that on. UT Vanderbilt. It said YouTube Vanderbilt. UT versus Vanderbilt. Do y'all have this where you can just say what you want to see? And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But we'll just do it like this. College football. Your pets will not go to heaven. Uh-oh. I hated to get to Sunday school late because all they would have left was Maple Ling Johns. Maple Ling Johns. Maple Ling Johns. I know there's a pun there somewhere. I'm trying to find it. Okay, Vanderbilt, Tennessee's on. Go Vanderbilt. Nah, I don't give a shit. Long John. Maple Long John. I went to church up until I was, I don't know, probably 16, 15, 16 maybe. And my mom, that's what she did. That's what moms did and dads did. My dad was divorced, so he didn't have a lot of say in it, but my mom sent us to church, and I've got a lot of things that happened during church. I wasn't touched or anything like that. I don't want you to think anything like that, but just a lot of terrible things that if you want people to join the fold, you don't do that to kids. A lot of things. As a kid, that I was a dumb little shit, emotional, but I was also smart. I could look around and kind of see a lot of things I didn't like. And maybe it was just my church, because my church was a Pentecostal church. But in a Pentecostal church, you weren't supposed to really date outside of your religion. You weren't, there were a bunch of things, and I'm just kind of like, dude, I barely have a shot of dating at all, and you're already cutting off half of my fucking dates. That's what I felt like, Okay, let me go through here. God said all animals have souls. They're never alone people's soul. They're there for our pets and nutrition. Respect either way. You were an altar boy. How was that? How was life as an altar boy? That would be interesting to hear. And I've got all my, I think I've got a few Christians in here. So, if you guys want to hear, I can tell you the story of Camp Ambassador. My nightmare story of Camp Ambassador, which was a church camp that I was sent to as a kid. And I can tell you my real life experience and how, looking back on it, I look at it and I'm like, man, there's got to be a better way than to do it like that. All right, nobody's talking. Now look, guys, when I talk about my stories about religion, he got to have class early, and on Sundays he was up very early, altar boy. Manless Swamp. When people get your Christ and beard and wine, I'd watch 4 to 5 people drink the same cup. Not too safe to do these days, is it? No. Okay. And, when I tell you this story, guys, I know y'all know me, the ones that are in here, or you know me a little bit. And you kind of know that I'm going to be as respectful as I can to you guys, and hopefully you're respectful to me too. I'm simply telling my story. You can look at it as a shot to your religion or whatever, but that's not how I want to view. I want you to view this. I just want you to look at it. This is a one man story, and one of the reasons why he's where he is today, spiritually. Okay. Do you think can the dead really live again? I don't know. That's a fair question. I mean, I don't think the soul's part of the dead. I think the soul goes on. You're brutal honest. Yeah, I'll be completely honest with the story, and maybe it'll at least help you guys understand why I'm where I'm at. So we used to go to this camp right outside of Nashville, I believe it was. And it was called Camp Ambassador, and it was a summer camp for Pentecostal churches. Assemblies of God is what they called themselves, but it was really Pentecostal. And I was a kid. I just wanted to go hang out with kids. And for half of the camp, it was that. It was camaraderie. It was building friendships. It was sports, things like that. And I loved a lot of it. But then at night, all that love kind of changed. Because at night, they did things, they would have sermons, and they weren't just normal sermons. They were hellfire, brimstone, scare the shit out of kids sermon. I'll never forget it. Dr. WWW, I sipped the wine when I was offered, but God said we can manifest together and it will be, but blood and wine were not true. So yeah, at night they had a sermon after dinner, and this one in particular I really remember being nightmarish. They had a guy come up and they'd put a giant canvas up on the stage, and they'd turn on black lights, and he would paint this painting live. Okay, and you didn't know what the painting was. You had no idea what the painting was, but as it went along and the sermon went along, you realized the painting was Armageddon. Scary shit. Like my background here. Red, fire, people rising up, it was really a terrifying experience. And, it was all about, well, you don't have to go there. You don't have to be left behind. You don't have to be left behind. And then, like, some of the kids started speaking in tongues. And that's the first time I'd ever really experienced kids doing that. I'd seen adults do it. And a few of them started speaking in tongues and rolled out of the aisles, out of their seats. And what generally happens, what I see when that happens is, when you're at church and they tell you, oh, come on down and get saved, or whatever, generally what happens is you'll see some people go down and the other ones will stay back. Well, society decides, oh, we need to go down now because more than half the people are down there, so we have to go down. Okay? So that was my whole thing. These kids were speaking in tongues, and they were talking about, oh, they've got the Spirit. And guess what? I didn't feel that. I never felt like speaking in tongues. I thought it was very strange. I never felt like I was any closer to God. I felt like an outcast, actually, because I was the only one that was not rolling in the aisles, speaking in tongues, being emotional. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel anything. So, yeah, and it scared the shit out of me, because I'm like, well, all these kids, they're going to go to heaven, and me, because I didn't speak in tongues and didn't feel anything, I'm going to be back here to burn in hell. So I was an outcast. at church camp because I could not speak in tongues and I did not feel it. And yeah, it changed me. It changed me after that. Yeah, terrible experience. Terrible traumatic experience as a child given to me by a church. So, is that really how you approach it? That's all. That's all I want to ask. It was a long time ago. We did things differently then. But, if you want to draw people to your side, I think it's better to do so with good deeds and not with, well, if you don't do this, you're going to burn in hell. So that's it. That was my experience with Pentecostal church. I met one person would say would only take a sip, and then someone later drank the backwash. Yeah, that is a demon. It didn't trigger your pineal gland. Oh, let that go, please. When you pray for Holy Spirit, there is no hell. Thumbs up. I mean, Reed, I did let it go. You're telling me to let it go. Well, I did. I did let it go, but I just look back on it and I'm just like, moving forward, you just don't want other people to, to go through those kind of things. It's like this. One time, I remember when I was a kid, and this has nothing to do with church, but this just has to do with people in general. I was a kid and we went over to the babysitter's house. I used to go over every day. I couldn't have been, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe. I don't know. But I remember this memory. We had nap time. And this woman only watched like 2 or 3 kids. And this particular day, it was just me and another girl. The girl was maybe 5 or 6 my age too. So, we had nap time, and for whatever reason, she put us in a bed together. I don't know if that was just normal back then, but we were in a bed, and I'm sure you can see where this is going. We're kids. We showed each other our stuff. That's just what we did. We were, oh, you have that? I don't have that. Oh, well, here's the thing that's so fucked up about it is I remember the babysitter coming into the room and saw us under the blanket and ripped the blanket off of us and yelled at us and, said we were bad kids and made us feel really terrible, for just doing what a kid's going to do, just exploring. And it's not like we were having sex at 5 or 6 years old. You know what I mean? And I look back on that and I'm just like, man, why do we do shit like that? Why do we do shit like that? That's just a kid. Kids are gonna, they're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna explore. They're gonna see. You shouldn't shame a kid for exploring and wondering why this little girl doesn't have this little thing that he has. That's just not cool, dude. You when you shame a kid for that, it goes back into this whole sexual repression thing, and you can't be repressed about your sexuality. You just can't. And I'm going to read some of this. You don't have to be that way. Dr. WW, hell is not really. Dr. WWW. But see what I mean? There's just room for improvement on a lot of things. You hear a lot of people say, well, my parents did it like that, or my parents did it like this. Well, that doesn't make it right, You can still question those things. Don't be afraid to question those things. And I just look back on it. I never had a kid, but if I had a kid, I damn well wouldn't make him feel terrible. Even if I walked in and caught him masturbating or something, I'm not gonna, oh, you're gonna go to hell for that. Oh, we're gonna, deal with it. I'm not gonna make him feel bad for exploring his sexuality or her sexuality. I'm just not, because I grew up like that. I grew up, in the Pentecostal church, and, if you masturbated, you were a bad person. Well, when you're 13, it's almost like it's a given that you're going to do that. So, you feel shame. You know, you feel shame after you do it, like you've really done something wrong. And I don't like that. I don't think that's cool at all. I think that your natural human behavior, you should be allowed to explore. And I don't know. That's just my view on it. It doesn't, you know, I don't know. It's hard enough to get through life as it is without having all these preconceived things thrown on you on how you should act. I don't know. If my boy came in with a fucking twirling ribbon and wanted to twirl a ribbon, I'd be like, okay, you can twirl a ribbon. You know, it's not my choice to make. If they want to be the way they want to be, then I would let them be the way they want to be and support them. Dogs are out there acting crazy. Okay, I'm going to read some more. People deal with trauma on different time scales. I learned songs in church like Jesus loves me, this I know, the Bible tells me so, and Jesus loves the little children, all the little children of the world. Yeah, I remember those songs. Jesus loves little children, all the children of the world. Jesus loves. No. Jesus loves. Jesus loves. No, I can't do it. I can't figure out what it is, what key it is. And what was the other one? All the little children of the world. I remember, man, there was this one song that my dad used to sing when we would come home from Christmas at my grandmother's. He would, such a fond memory, he would sing, I don't even know the name of the song. I thought it was the Coke song. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. That's an actual commercial. Oh, it was. Anybody remember this? Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong. It don't matter if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song, la 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 la. Anybody remember that? I don't know what that is, but it's got a permanent scar in my brain. A good scar, folk song. That my dad would sing it to us, and we'd be falling asleep coming home from Christmas, and fall asleep on his shoulder, and we'd sing it with him. And looking back at the lyrics, I love it. It don't matter if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear, just sing it. It's pretty awesome. They're yellow, black, and white. They're precious in His sight. Godspell. If I had a son, I would teach him creativity, even if you want to build houses with pink nail polish. Teach him to use his muscles for sure. Yeah, creativity is a double-edged sword, though, because I always try to, if I ever am around a kid, or a kid who maybe I've given my nieces like a creative present for Christmas or something, I always try to instill that you should be creative. I think everybody should be creative. You have to be real careful, though, with kids, because if you turn out to be a creative person, there's also a high likelihood that you're going to be not a rich person, which is okay. It's okay as long as you can survive and handle yourself and your family. Then you'll be okay. But yeah. That's the drawback to it. I want everybody to be a musician. Are you ever going to make any money off of it? I don't know. Probably not likely. But what it does for you here mentally is what's important. Creativity, you know, I could create 100 drawings right now. You know, if I took the time to draw 100 things right now. But who am I drawing for? Am I drawing for myself, or am I drawing because I want to sell it or anything like that? I draw and paint for myself because it helps me keep me level-headed. That's what does it for me. So, you know, and plus, when I'm gone, there'll be things behind that I left, that I created. Nobody may ever lay an eye on it, but I created it. I left it here. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, creativity, man. We need to teach it. And we need to teach civics in school again, too. Man, we need to teach that. But we don't need to lose our art classes and our music classes. You see people, you remember that? We went through that phase where they were phasing out art classes and music classes, and they really can't do that and don't need to do that, because if they do that, nobody's going to have any stories to fucking read. All right? You just let people be creative. If people choose to have a creative outlet in life and that's how they want to make a living, they're going to struggle. But if they're passionate enough about it, they can do it. I know they can. So just continue to encourage them. One person left in here, Mary Reed or M. Reed. Marie, Mary, Marie. I'm doing it again, Marie. I have no excuse tonight, Marie. I haven't taken a gummy. So, or today. This weather, man. I look outside and it's getting dark, and I think it's nighttime and it's 4 o'clock. It drives me crazy. Yes, leave your legend, and please watch Hello Heave or listen to a weekly message from Jesus. You really want me to put on a message from Jesus, don't you? You want my heart and my soul, Marie, to watch that. You remembered I am awed. You should be. With my memory. No, Marie, I want you to hang around. I want you to join our chats and all that. But and I don't think you will be judgmental of me, even if I don't look up your Bible stuff. What I want you to see is that there can be good people out there who aren't really tied to organized religion. They just have good hearts. So that's all I want to show you. And I and that's all. It makes it a little difficult for me sometimes, Marie. I'm not going to lie, because sometimes we talk about some things, and sometimes you've seen me go off on people and curse and do this and that. But Marie, if there's one thing I want you to notice about me, you specifically, I want you to notice who I go off on and what it's about. Okay, you're not going to see me pick a fight with nobody, who I just don't pick fights. Okay, if they come in and they start messing with me, if I feel like it, maybe, but most of the time, ain't worth it. I'd rather talk to you guys and talk about some cool things instead of troll those guys. But sometimes it's fun. I'm not gonna lie. No, I will never. No Bible stuff. I abhor Bible thumpers. It's okay. You can. Again, I don't control what other people say who come in here, but I can control what comes out of my mouth. And I agree with you on that, Marie, the Bible thumpers, but I don't really include you in that, because I think that you're using your religion in the right way. So good on you for that. You're using it in better than 98% of the people that I met who are religious people. So much respect for that. Not what God is about. And you know how, Marie, you know my channel, it's about getting left and right to kind of talk and communicate on a basic level and not curse each other out. I think that also my channel could be about being accepting of other people's beliefs, whatever they might be, as long as they're not preaching hate. Then yeah, we talk about all that stuff. You're absolutely welcome here with the heathens in here. I have no religion. I know you don't. You're spiritual. You're a spiritual person. I don't know if you were in here earlier, Marie, but we had a guy in here who just got out of jail. Well, didn't just get out of jail, but got out of jail a while back, and lost his wife, his baby mama, right before he got out. She died. So, yeah, that was an interesting, terrible story, but it's stories that if I could hear and offer anybody any advice, I'm gonna do it. And I really feel for the guy. I wish I could take that load off his shoulders for a couple of minutes, but as I've been through them, when you lose someone, man, you think you're never going to get better. You really think you're never going to get better. And so, in some ways you don't, but you carry on. And every day gets a little easier. But the hole's always there. But you can do things in her honor. Do things, do friendly, nice things to people, and think of your wife when you do it. He seems like he's cool. He straightened himself out. He was selling weed, which I think is ridiculous, but okay. God said he created a religion, but they all have changed and lost the message. One God he loves. Yeah. That's what it all comes down to, doesn't it? Just getting a hug from a stranger every now and then. You ever do that? Just get a hug from a stranger? It's the fucking best. Sometimes I'll be out on the streets auditing, or not even auditing. It can be about a protest video, and I'll meet somebody and they tell me this great story and what they've gone through. I just want to fucking hug them, and I'll ask them. I'll say, "Can I get a hug?" And I hug them, and just something about that. It's a great feeling. I think that your spirit is eternal, life after death, etc. Risen from dead, came from Egypt. Yep. Oh God, what a deep subject, but necessary. I don't know. This is Earth. This is Earth school to go to higher realm in heaven. Yeah. I don't know, man. Marie, I get what you're saying about how life is a test. But, and it is, it's a test to be a good human. And I think that the ones who come here and they do good, and you try your best to make humanity and the earth a better place, I think that you move on. I don't know where you move on to. Anybody has the answer to that, but something happened without a doubt. I really do think that. Don't be sad when peeps die. Be kind to all people. They're just human like you. Yep. Marie, you done it again. You've got the code down. Treat everybody the same until they give you a reason to treat them like an asshole. That's it. It's a simple thing. God said karma could be a child only lives 1 year. We all go back to heaven. I mean, do we? I don't know. Sometimes I think that aliens could be involved in some sort of way. I don't know. I always loved the movie. What was the movie with Jodie Foster? Contact. I loved Contact because everybody has this idea of aliens in their head and what they look like. And in Contact, they look totally different. They were nothing like we thought they would be. So, I mean, who's to say that these aliens can't be gods, or something along those lines? And maybe we're a petri dish over here, and they're just sitting back watching us. And they come and they come and they interfere when they have to, but otherwise they just kind of sit back and watch. And then when it's your time to move on to whatever the next plane might be, you move on. Is that too crazy? I mean, I've had that idea that maybe we're just a science experiment from the aliens or gods or whatever they are. They put us all over here, and that's why they don't come visit us, because we're, people always ask, why wouldn't aliens come and visit us? Well, I don't think they do, because I think that if you're an alien, you're way more advanced than we are as far as, technology, and probably on a humanity level, They probably look at us like we're a planet full of turtles. I don't know. No, because turtles aren't dangerous. A planet full of, I don't know, humans. They don't come down because they know that we don't understand them and that we could potentially attack them. Not that they couldn't handle it. I'm sure they could handle it, but that's all I think of. I think that they don't come here because we're Neanderthals to them. Just a thought. Vanderbilt's winning in the third quarter, and y'all aren't talking, but that's okay. I'm going to have to wrap it in a minute to feed my dogs. See what time it is. No, it's only 5 o'clock. Shit, I thought it was later. The weather gets me every time, or the early sunset gets me every time. Do y'all hate that shit too as much as I do? God, I hate that shit. So you're a big karma person, Michelle, or Marie. I did that on purpose. Yeah, karma. Karma can move slow, though. Karma can be real slow. Sometimes you wonder if it's ever going to reach the people that it needs to reach. Sometimes it can be slow. Sometimes it can be instantaneous. Okay. All right, Marie. I hope you guys had a safe day today. Maybe you got some shopping done, or hung out with the family, saw a movie, something like that. Through Barry Strom. You like this guy a lot, don't you? You keep talking about him. Good night. Good night, Maria. I'll talk to you later, okay? You have a lovely weekend. I'm not going to hang around much longer. We got 13 thumbs up and a sub. I'll take a sub. If you tune in, you will hear. I might take you up on that, Marie. How you doing, Transalien 6185? You doing okay today? Coming here to troll me? Coming here to troll me, or come in to say what's up? What's up? Please. You got the book club going, Marie. I'll try to get around to it. I just got a lot happening. Doing great, thanks. How are you? Doing okay, man. Transalien, where are you from? Transalien. Sounds like you've got a name that could be. We could have some interesting stuff coming. I'm okay. We've been hitting up some deeper topics here. Canada. What's up, Canada? Love Canada. Love you guys. The only Canada story I got is when I went on my honeymoon in Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. I met a bunch of you guys, and I met a bunch of French trolls too. The French people that I met at this resort were, I don't know, I'm not going to say they weren't nice, they were just different. They didn't really understand the boundaries. Canadians, though, the Canadians I met, they were all cool as fuck. Cool as balls. We made fun of the A's and all that, like we always do, but they were really cool. Hey, I'm back. Relaxing music, you're back. You didn't miss too much. Bomba Clap from Jamaica. How you doing, Jamaica in the house? Yeah, Jamaica. I'm going to Florida next week. Awesome, man. What are you going to Florida for? You can go down there to get away, maybe go to Disney or something. And welcome back, Relaxing Music. All you missed was I had a religious conversation with Marie. I think she left. But we had a nice little discussion about aliens and stuff. All right, Transalien, we want to know, man. You come in here. You're the star of the show. I don't have a place in Orange County to golf. Awesome, man. What's your handicap? Golf? Hey-o. No. I'm going to guess your handicap, man. I'm going to guess you're about a 10? 10 handicap? See how close Liver Cheese got to getting that right, man. I'm usually pretty good at that stuff. Let's see if I got you. Sorry for my background. You're 16, okay? Let's see, I was close. You're at that, you're 16, so you're at that place where I wish 10, yeah. Well, you know, I worked in a golf shop for a while. At Bass Pro Shops, I worked in a golf shop. And those guys taught me a lot about the game. And they told me that if you're an 18 handicap, if you're a 18 handicap, then you're doing better than 90-something% of the golfers out there. Okay, so 16, you're doing okay, buddy. You're doing okay. Now you're at a place, though, where when you get between 10, 16, somewhere in there, you don't really get much better unless you play all the time. So you know, be happy with your handicap. Enjoy it. And unless you want to just take up golf, because once you get to a certain place in golf, you're not going to improve unless you play 2 or 3 times a week. But you're doing damn good. You're enjoying yourself. But at 16, you'd probably beat me right now. I got down to a 10 at one point, but I haven't played in a long time, so you'd probably kick my ass right now. Out not lit. You're out. And that is true. Yeah, man. I hope you have fun down there, man. Sounds like a blast. I can't remember the last time I played 18 with a cart. I do enjoy it, though. I'm not gonna lie. I've never played golf. Putt, yes. That's how many times I play a week. Yeah, it's relaxing music. I will tell you, it's a very, very difficult game. Very difficult. People take it up and they think they're going to be the next Tiger Woods. My dog's whining outside, and she's whining hard, so I'm going to have to let her in. Give me 1 second, guys. Go Vanderbilt. You ready to come in, baby? Come on. Y'all come on in. Don't jump up there and fuck everything up, okay? Don't come over here and get in front of my camera. Stay over there. You got that side of the bed. All right. I gotta put up some ground rules for my dogs right now. It sure is hard. Yeah, it is. It's one of those games that they make it look easy on TV, but it's not. So what are your feelings on Aliens? My condolences, Heather. Yeah. My flipping my beagle. She will not leave me alone. I don't know what my feelings are on them. I know they're out there. How you doing? Transalien said hi. Go away. No, I know they're out there. I'll say that much. Not naive enough to think that they're not when you see those pictures of our universe. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? When we find out. Kind of shit doesn't scare me. It fascinates me. I want to meet them. Go on. Go on. Got a phone. Sorry, guys. You have a 5-minute video of UAP you took 2 years ago? Really? No shit. Kind of like to see that. Sorry about that phone call, guys. Sorry that my background looks crazy and I look crazy right now. There, maybe that'll help a little bit. Cool. 5-minute video of UAP took 2 years ago. Do you think that when the aliens arrive, not that I think they will, if they see what's going on here, does God not exist anymore? See, and that's where I think that we get into the weeds on this, and so many people are oh, I can't say that. You know, I don't understand why you can't. If you're a religious person, you should still be able to admit that, yeah, there's probably things out there. And how does it, and like you said, I mentioned that earlier, I don't think that they would visit us unless we're an experiment for them. Then they would visit us to keep us from destroying each other. But yeah, they probably look at us like we're Neanderthals. So of course they're not going to come down here. Why would they risk that? I'm sure they could easily take us out, but you know, but just because I think that, who knows, maybe the aliens have some connection to whoever the God might be. You know what I mean? I'm open to all of it, brother. I'm open to every bit of it. If you lay a thought out there, I will give it a thought. I will give it a whirl through this brain of mine. I don't think anything's not possible. Put it to you that way. I have a message held for review. It's going to be a troll. Let's see. We kill each other every day. That's actually relaxing music. You can put that up there. Yeah, we do kill each other every day. And they probably look at us and are like, what in the hell's going on down there? Will they ever figure it out? And they just kind of sit back and watch us, and they're like, okay, well, today they've done this, and they're probably shaking their heads like, oh my God, we're going to have to intervene here. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Just subscribe. Thank you. Ed, Eddie, and Eddie 1. Appreciate it, man. It's pretty cool for you to come in here and just subscribe over what you've seen so far, because we're just not really doing anything too exciting, but we talk about some cool things in here. And my channel is a First Amendment audit channel, so if you want to go look up any of those old videos, you can. Just don't hate me. Yeah, if I saw us in a worldview, I wouldn't like what I see. No shit. Oh yeah, man. Sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I just thought of a new one last night, man. I'd taken a gummy, and I remember it because it was one of those thoughts where it was kind of an enlightening moment. How you doing, 70s chick? You back? I was watching. No, I was playing a slot game. Okay, I was playing a slot game on my phone. Sometimes I'll throw those up just because they're it's background noise, and I can watch what I'm watching on TV and not have to pay too much attention. You know, multitasking. My entertainment. No, but what I thought about last night was, hang on, hang on. I'll try to make this one short. Is like the slot machines that you play now. Okay, they're all computerized, and even in the casinos they're computerized. You know, you have the screen with all the different games going on and everything, and when you hit something on the reel, it sends coins up into another thing, which makes you think that you're getting closer to a jackpot. Okay, so imagine the power they have with that. Okay, and not only that, imagine the power that you're not using in your brain to think that somehow that this slot machine is going to be fair to you just because there's something that they've added, some computerized thing that makes you think I'm almost going to hit a jackpot. I can't leave this machine because somebody else is going to come up and pick up where I've left off. So it's a new way that they have designed to keep us gambling. You know, whereas it used to be just the slot machine. Now they've got these bonus games. So if you leave a slot machine where your thing's almost at the bonus, somebody else is gonna, could get it. So they got you. You know, they know you're not gonna walk away from that machine. They know that you think that slot machine's getting ready to hit because you've played it so much. So just think about that. Knowing damn well it's not going to hit. They just want you to think it's going to hit, and they want to take as much out of your pocket as they can. I don't gamble for that reason. Yeah, and I don't either. Even though I was involved in casinos for many years. I worked in casinos. But I've always had bad luck, and I always value my money too much to just throw it out there on a table. I don't know. I look at it differently. I've struggled for money most of my life, so even if I didn't struggle for money, I don't think that I would throw it on a table. I just think there's so many other things you can do with it. And if you're using it for entertainment, that's fine too. But just don't let that shit get out of hand, man. I've seen too many people, loved ones, family members, who gamble, and it takes over their lives. Anyway, yeah, but the ways they have control over us, how they get our money from us. Yeah, 21. The thing about blackjack is, if you play by the rules and you hit when you're supposed to hit and you stay when you're supposed to stay, and you don't, you got a pretty good shot. House always has the advantage, but you have a close to even shot. Close to even. It's never even. House always has the advantage. That's why they're open. But it is one game where if you learn how to play it, you do gain an advantage on the casino. My dogs are starting to play, which means they're going to be knocking all my shit over here. I'm just in there, when they get into this, the way they get in, this play mood that they're in, everything else is secondary. They're just going to knock shit over. But 21, if you know the rules. I was a craps dealer. Craps if you know the rules, if you know everything about the game, and it's a very difficult game to master. But if you know enough about the game, you can make your odds very closer to the houses. Every game in a casino is going to have a house advantage, period. No matter how good you are at it or what system you think you have. Just watching them tear stuff up. Why are you eating that napkin? Okay, never play alone. If the table has 5 people, sit in. You can win on a 13. Yeah, it does seem like those full tables seem to have I don't know, they have something going on, especially when you have good players on your table. Craps is the same way. If you're ever in a casino and you want to play craps, this is going to sound so strange, okay? And I know there's no factual basis or facts about this, but I saw it for many, 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 many years that I worked down in Tunica, Mississippi. Always go up to the dealers on a crap table and ask them, have the dice been hot? Look at the tables. If you see a table that's full of people, it's probably a hot table. I know it's just dice. It's random. I get it. But I've seen a lot over my years in the casino, and I know that I've seen tables run hot. And when a table runs hot and you can catch a good roll, you can make a little bit of money. But again, for me, it's just not worth it. I find my entertainment in other things, but I'm not shaming you if you find your, some entertainment in that. Just don't let it control your fucking life. That's all. Ooh, heavy. Heavy shit. Y'all ready to eat? Is that why y'all are all looking at me like this? I'll just start staring at me when it's getting close to dinner time. They eat at 6, but I'm going to feed them here shortly. One of my dogs can eat. And she just constantly eats. I'm going to be embarrassed to take her to the vet. She's never been to the vet. We rescued her, Rue, and she's a giant fucking snowball. When we take her into the vet, all the vets and nurses are going to look at us like we've abused her because she can't stop eating. But she's a rescue dog, and I'm going to fucking feed her. If she wants to eat, she's going to eat. If she gets big, here she comes. She's licking her daddy's face. That's right. I'm going to feed you regardless, yes, of how much you eat, yes. Yes, I am. And you're going to come up and lick my face. Yeah, both of you, yeah. Okay. Because you know that I feed you. Oh, man, I got a bath. I played for 5 hours on blackjack on $20. Got my money back and had managers watching the table like I was chatting. Yeah, they'll get real interested real quick if you start winning. I actually, for a while, I worked in the last casino I worked at. No, it wasn't the last casino. I worked at Horseshoe in Tunica, and I worked in surveillance. So they would call us up, and I knew how to find a card counter. And they'd call us up from pit 2 or whatever and say, "Hey, table 6, we got a big fish over here, and we think he's counting. We think he's counting." So we had ways that we could bring the camera up and watch his betting pattern. That's how you know a card counter. If they're betting 10, 10, 10, 15, 10, 10, 500, that's most likely a card counter. Because what they do is they wait till positive numbers come up in the shoe. And what that means is they have a point value for each card that comes out. It's a negative if it's a king or higher, or a face card or higher, something like that. I'm probably getting it all wrong now, but we have ways that we could follow them and track them. And what would happen is, if we caught them counting, then we would go. We would call him back and say he's definitely counting, and we'd see some guy in a suit go over to him and tell him to leave. It's not cheating. However, it's a skill to build account cards. However, the casino doesn't have to serve you, or they don't have to let you play. So they'll kindly ask you, sir, can you please leave? We don't want your play. And it makes you feel bad because you feel like you were cheating, but you're not. It's a skill, but they don't have to allow the skill. So that's the way the casinos run. If they catch you counting cards, they're going to ask you to leave, and they don't have to tell you why. They don't have to tell you any of that. So just be aware. If you think you're going to outsmart these casinos, they're not dummies. They're there for a reason. And my beagle's there for a reason too. You want to say hello to everybody? Yeah, the damn casinos, man. I saw so many damn things in those casinos. I saw a guy one time. We had a guy who worked in the surveillance with us, and we had John Daly. Everybody remember the golfer John Daly? He stays in the area. He lives in Arkansas or something, but he came over to one of our casinos, and he's a big gambler, big time. I'm going to read this. Just watching the cards that come out. If they're high early bet, if the cards are low, walk away. It just depends on how the game is coming at you. Exactly. And it used to be that they had you could find a 2-deck hand, and you'd get better odds at that because it's only got 2 decks. But shoes are hard to count because you never know when they're gonna reshuffle. They can reshuffle halfway through. It's their discretion. So they're smart. They're getting away from handheld deck games. You don't find those as much anymore because of that. You only have a certain amount of cards. You only have to keep that positive or negative number in your head. So yeah. But one time I was in surveillance at Horseshoe Casino, and John Daly came in, and he was down on the floor gambling, and he's a slot guy, and he played $100 slots, and he would just drop in coins like it was. This was back when they actually used coins. Drop in coins like it was nobody's business. And they called up and told us, "Hey, Daly's over there. Just make sure nobody messes with him." So we watched him, and one of the guys that was working with me at the time was a big golf fan, and he it's such a stupid story now. It's stupid for him. We had a thing on our controller where we control the camera, where if we wanted to zoom in on something and take a picture, we could take a picture automatically with the joystick. We press a button on the side of the joystick that controls the cameras, and it would print out a picture. It would print out a picture like on a piece of receipt paper. It would print it out like a black and white picture. Well, this nutsack, who was the big John Daly fan, he took a picture of John Daly gambling. We didn't know he did it, and he tore it off the paper, and he took his lunch, and while he was on his lunch, we saw him on video go over to John Daly, who was gambling on the floor, show him a picture of himself that he'd just taken from surveillance, and tried to get this fucker to sign it. It's a true story. It's a true fucking story. And the dude never came back from lunch. He got fired. He got fired for doing a dumb fucking thing. How stupid could you be to do something like that? I mean, people want privacy, right? He's in a casino gambling. Yeah. And this nutsack took a picture of him and tried to get him to sign it. I thought you would appreciate that story. Anyway, guy got fired. What you got to remember is Tunica was a new market for gambling, so we'd get a few dealers from every now and then. We get a dealer from Atlantic City or a dealer from Vegas who they flew in to open the casino or something. But we had mostly, hayseeds. We had just people who just wanted a good job, and it was a good job. It paid well, but didn't have the sense. We didn't have that kind of professional. We didn't have those. We didn't know. We didn't understand how things were in casinos. I did not feel like cooking after Thanksgiving, honey. You don't have to cook after Thanksgiving. Yeah, so I thought that was a interesting and funny story. Silly, but yeah, actually happened. I've seen some other things there too. I actually quit that job because I saw some things that were a little bit yeah, I didn't like. There were some things happening in the casinos that I was like, I don't need to be around this because I could get in trouble. One example would be a high roller who we caught cheating. He was capping a bet after he'd already put his fucking won the hand. He was capping his bet, and we called him. We called down there, and we were supposed to call Mississippi Gaming Commission. Whenever something happens on the floor, surveillance is supposed to call Mississippi Gaming Commission. We're not supposed to call our supervisors. They want to hear from us. But our supervisors told us before you make any call out of this casino, you're going to contact us. So you see what's happening there? So anyway, this dude that got caught capping his bet, he was a high roller. And they took him to the detention room and watched the videos. We sent them down, and we could listen to him in the interrogation room talking about how much money he spends in the casino and this and that. And they let him go. He was a high roller. They let him go. I didn't like it. I was like, that's bullshit. Christ shouldn't exist. But had that been, whoever gambling in there and they capped a bet, had that been Marquise or Latoya or anybody, it could have been Mark, it could have been Brian, could have been anybody. Oh my God, she's crushing me. Okay, go away, baby. Oh, she just stepped on my chest and she's huge. Okay, come on, go away. But anyway, yeah, the point is, it's a two separate justice tier system, because that guy was a high roller. He had separate rules. You know what I mean? And if Mississippi Gaming, if it ever got out to them that we weren't calling them immediately, when we saw something on the floor, that would be our ass. So, we were stuck in a position where we were in a no-win situation. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this. If they're going to have it set up where I'm supposed to call, but they don't want me to call, they want to see who I'm calling about, make sure it's not a high roller. I'm not interested in that, dude. I'm interested in justice, and you didn't give it to the rich guy. Or, but you give it to anybody who doesn't have much money, who's in there, who may accidentally, decide in a weaker moment that I'm going to cap my bet and make a little bit more money. So I don't know. That's kind of bullshit. All right, Christ shouldn't exist. There's an interrogation room. I've never been there. Probably should have been once or twice. Yeah, the casinos have interrogation rooms. They have a room. Well, I shouldn't call it an interrogation room. It's a holding area. But it is videotaped and audio monitored. So we could see and hear everything that they said when they came in. And the one that really put me over the edge why I quit and went back to dealing, and by dealing I mean casino. I don't mean drug dealing, you idiots. The one that put me over the edge, if you got 1 second, I'll tell you this one. there was a guy who he was a rail bird. That's when you steal money out of the rail on a game or a slot machine. Slot machines used to be, they worked on coins, and they were, dollar coins, big coins, quarters, nickels, whatever. You had today it's all computerized. So you'd see people carry around buckets of coins and shit like that, and like a tray of coins, if they were dollar coins or $5 coins. And generally people will set them down next to the slot machine. Okay. And we have to watch a lot because people would, from the other side of the slot machine, reach through and try to steal their coins. It happened a lot. They wound up putting plastic partitions up between the slot machine so people couldn't do that. But in this situation, they called and they said, I usually won and lost my money, so I didn't have time to go to a room. It was fun for me back in the day. Yeah, it's fun. It can be fun. I'm not, it can be fun. Like I said, whether it's fun or a problem, that's all based on you and your financial situation. If you use it just for entertainment, nothing wrong with that. You just got to be careful. That's all. But so yeah, they called me up in the surveillance room and said, "Hey, rewind cameras on so and so in this area. We somebody is a railbird has stolen some coins from somebody." So we got the general vicinity, and we rewound the tapes and we watched it. And what happened was, while we were trying to find it, they detained somebody and put them in the detention room. So we heard them and we pulled up that camera and we watched him, and he was in there. It was a black guy. He was in there talking about, "I swear to God, man, y'all got the wrong person. I did not do that." And so we looked at him, so we knew what to look for. So we were looking for him and him doing it, so we could have him arrested. Well, we found the video, and it was a different guy. It was a completely different guy on the video. He had on different shoes. He had on a different shirt. He was a black guy, but he was different. He talked, well, I don't know if he talked different, but he was a different guy, different height, everything. So we got the video, and we called down and we said, "Hey, we got the video, and there's something you want to know." And they're like, "What?" And I said, "That's not the person you have in the detention room. That's not the guy who stole the fucking money. You need to let him go. Let him out." And they said, "We don't need you anymore. We've got all our information." So what had happened was, the person who had their money stolen said that was the person. They knew that was the person. They ID'd them. So I was like, "Well, I don't care what that person's saying. We have it on camera. That is not the person. That's absolutely not the person." And they said, "We don't need your help anymore. We're good." So, I hung up and I watched them, and they kicked the guy out. Kicked the guy out. And from that moment on, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this shit. You know what I mean? We have video evidence that it was somebody else, and they made this guy sit in a fucking detention room for 30, 45 minutes crying and bitching and complaining about he didn't do anything, and to let him go. And then they 86'd him, permanently 86'd him for no fucking reason. I was not down with that. That pissed me off. So I was like, I'm done with these fucking casinos as far as like doing surveillance, because there was some shady shit going on, and I wasn't going to be involved with it. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be the fucking fall guy. The guys who's running the camera, who doesn't make the call or doesn't, do this or that, they're going to come after us. They're not coming after, So I just, after the higher up, so I got the fuck out of there. I know, craziness. I thought it was crazy stories. Hopefully you enjoyed those stories. And they're all true, 100% true. And yes, I have seen a $1,000 bill, or it may have been a $5,000 bill. I've seen those. They make them. They're still in circulation. They don't use them very often, but they're still out there. I saw there would be a Saturday night where we would have a camera in the count room and we would literally have over $1 million sitting up on a table right there, just stacked up with one locked door. And I'd look at that and I'd be like, oh my God, thank God I'm a moral person. Where the fuck is my foreskin? Why my mama let me, dude. And we got people talking about foreskins. Anyway, guys, anybody still there? Y'all still with me? Saw a guy walk out one night with, how much did he have? 100,000? May have been 50. He had something, a really high number. And he, you're here? And he went to cash out, and we were like, somebody needs to follow him to his car. And I hear you, Mary. 100K is just right. This guy had won something. He'd won something big. I can't remember what it was exactly, but he went over to the cage, got a stack of fucking money, put it in his fucking pocket, and started walking out. He had told security he didn't want security. And I told them, I don't give a shit if he told you you wanted security or not. You're following him out to his vehicle. The guy's walking out into a fucking parking lot with $100,000 in his fucking pocket. He may be confident, but I'm not confident. So yes, we're going to follow him. So we followed him out, or they followed him out to the car, let him go. I just thought that was nuts. The dude didn't want any kind of, any kind of security going to his car. Who knows how many people had seen him winning, and then he walks up and just puts the pocket and walks right out. Crazy. Craziness. All right. I love you guys. I have one new sub tonight. I appreciate that. Whoever it is, I know you're probably still not in here. I'm going to get off the phone because I got some shit I got to take care of, or off the live stream because I've got some shit I got to take care of. It's just currency. Yeah, it is, man. When you really break it down, God, man, money. God damn, man. We just destroy our lives over it, don't we? A lot of times it's just everything, the end all be all. If I have 100K in my pocket, I want security. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I was just like shocked by it. And we had a meeting about it afterwards. I was like, man, look, it doesn't matter. If somebody has a certain amount of money, even if they don't want security, we need to shadow them and follow them out to their vehicle. Because they're going to be the ones happy as hell if we stop something from happening. So, anyway, love you guys. Thanks for the new sub. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm sure I'll pop on here tomorrow sometime. If it's not too cold outside, I'll get out and get to that audit that I told you guys about at Elwoods. It's very cold right now, though. But be safe tonight, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for the new sub. Thanks for coming in and joining me. It's pretty awesome. I love talking to you guys. And hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for the chat, relaxing music. I'll talk to you next time, man. Thanks for listening to my shitty music. Thank you, 70s chick. You have a good night, too. We'll talk soon, guys. Be good, okay? And if you're not good, take pictures. Love y'all.